at the end of the animated version I saw when I was 7 of
Horton Hears a Who. Yes.
And dancing off into the sunset, singing for a person is a person is a person is a person after all.
Mm-hmm. And we have to keep being reminded of that, apparently, as a culture. But it is true. It is one of the truisms of uniquely the United States of America. It is how we were founded.
Okay.
Okay? That level of respect for person.
Okay. But from the very inception of this country.
From the very inception of this country, it was one of the ideals. Are we there yet? No.
It's an ideal that's not formally embraced by any other country, though.
No, not formally.
Okay.
That is.
But
see, so many other countries just, like Topsy, they just grew. They're just, here's this country. And over a period of time, it agglomerates. We were created consciously by people who were, this didn't work somewhere else, so we're not going to do it here. This didn't work somewhere else, so we're not going to do it here. They were deliberately saying, we are not fill in the blank. We are this, and what we are is about freedom, about liberty,
and it's
about
respect. What's the word? Their scholarship is to be commended, that they did define both. We are not, and we are.
And we are, yes.
Rather than defining themselves exclusively by what we're not.
Yeah.
Or defining exclusively by what we are, without articulating where the line between the two is.
Those early documents of the founding of this country are amazing. Utterly amazing. And everybody should not only have had to read them at some point in their education. They are available in various books. They should be reviewed periodically.
And they work just as well for pagans as for Christians.
Absolutely. They work for
everyone. Or for Muslims, or for Jewish people, or for anybody.
That's right. Or for straights or for gays. They are there for people in this country to be free in their associations, in their worship.
The additional, not launching pad, but the direction you can launch yourself from that I think is often overlooked, is that it is also an invitation for diversity to either become or remain, as the case may be, either to become or remain collaborative.
Yes.
That it is an invitation for Christians and pagans and Jews and Muslims and everybody to work together to form a just and free nation.
Where they all have the freedom to worship as their conscience dictates.
Or to marry as their conscience dictates. To understand that marriage is socially, it's a romantic, emotional thing. Politically...
In this culture, there are cultures in which even socially it does not have that.
Yeah. Politically, though, which is probably more universal, it's contracts regarding which laws you're subject to, regarding inheritance, regarding legal authority over a person who's been injured or a person's estate. It's all about managing responsibilities.
Right.
And articulating where the lines of responsibility lie and who's liable for this and who's not, and what set of laws you will be subject to if you engage in this contract. It's not about morality. It's not about approval.
Nope.
It's not about which religion you are or whether you even like each other. It's simply about economic, legal, political, relational responsibility.
That's it. It's legal. And so therefore perhaps we need to make separations between legal contracts and spiritual and emotional connections.
Well, and the basic idea of am I going to quote it precisely? I'm not sure. Congress shall make no law respecting a particular religion.
Right.
That no particular religion gets to tell everyone else how
What
to
to
live.
do, exactly.
But instead, as a people, we have to agree. We have to hash out the social contracts of how we will behave, how money will be distributed, how inheritance shall be handled, how medical decisions will be handled, and we have to find the rules that that have the ability to be applied across the board, no double standards.
And then agree on them as a people, as a culture.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an entirely separate thing from, but I'm a Baptist, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Hindu.
I'm an atheist.
Exactly. That should be irrelevant to the way the law is constructed.
Mm-hmm. You know, and you
There
and
it
I
is.
both know how important spirituality is.
Absolutely.
But trying to legislate spirituality
Is
is a nightmare.
and it shouldn't even be tried. That was one of the things our founding parents were not particularly thrilled about from their countries of origin. Specifically, England had a state religion, what has now come to be called Anglicanism or Episcopalian. It's the High Church of England, and you could not hold office in England if you were not officially a member of the Church of England. That was one of the things that our government specifically did not want. There would be no test of religion to hold office. What religion you belonged to, if any, was to be totally irrelevant.
And that's our ideal.
Yes,
The reality is still,
something else.
well, when John F. Kennedy ran for president, all the arguments over, but he's Catholic.
Uh-huh. And the previous Catholic,
How long do you think it'll be before we have an openly pagan president?
well, don't hold your breath. The previous Catholic candidate who had run before him, Al Smith, lost tremendously, and the big issue was he was Catholic. That was it. Not that he wasn't a good man, even a good politician. Catholic.
Even a very effective manager.
Yes.
You know, very astute when it comes to political and economic matters. Very astute with regard
The
to
bottom
the
line
running
was
of
Catholic.
a nation. You know, and his religion was not supposed to have anything to do with it.
Right. So we got rid of that one when John Kennedy became president. We have gotten rid of the one about race, apparently.
Yeah, but when you say we got rid of it, we didn't get rid of it politically.
No, it's still in the background, but we have not let it make the choice.
Yeah. What we did when we got rid of it, we grew up.
Yes.
We
least
broadened our
a
minds.
bit.
We opened ourselves to new possibilities. We got to know who this person was and decided we'd give it a try and discovered, oh, he's not so bad after all.